Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today covering a subject that received quite a bit of ire, especially back in 2017, scorned by gamers across the globe. Yes indeed, it is Creation Club. Now I received a request from a viewer by the name of Armored Muffin to talk about this subject, mainly focusing on the current state of Creation Club in the year 2019. I thought this would make for a great video because I actually haven't dove back into Creation Club in a long while. I made multiple videos about it. I made sure to expose the bad practices happening, and I hope that Bethesda had listened to our feedback. I also thought this would make for a great video because game services evolve over time, adjusting to the needs of consumers and feedback that we've delivered, and the feedback for Creation Club was loud and clear. So it'll be interesting to see what's changed since the last time I hopped in there. Furthermore, I need to clarify something. I feel like this is always a hard conversation for me to have as a creator because on one hand, I love modders and their dedication to the community. I mean, you guys have seen me drop 2 videos on mods in the last week. They have provided all of us with enjoyable content. But on my side, that also gives me sneak peeks, topics to create videos on, and are some of the coolest folks I know. They deserve to make money, and it's the one reason I personally don't mind the actual existence of Creation Club. However, as a consumer and someone who fights for them, I can't always just sit tight-lipped on something that's so consistently awful in the terms of pricing. When it came to this video, I spent a lot more money on it than I would have liked to. I bought Skyrim Special Edition again because I didn't own it on the PC, PS4, or the Xbox One, and then also I had to test the Creation Club content and make sure there was something there. I had to make sure this was accurate, so I played some of it. So yeah, a little more money on this video than I would have liked, but anyway, upon entering both these games, they have giant text on the top right of their main menu, practically a flashing advertisement telling you to dive into the Creation Club. So naturally, out of curiosity, here we go. And upon entry to the store, you're greeted with dozens of bundles, fake deals, and items to purchase. Now, the first thing I noticed was the pricing structure, because what happens is you have to buy Creation Club credits to access the items inside Creation Club. Naturally, meta currency, right? Welcome to 2019 gaming in some regard. But regardless of all of that, what happens now in the Creation Club is when an item goes on sale, they say you're getting 2,500 Creation Club credits value in this 2,000 Creation Club bundle. And that's why I call it fake deals, because they're selling like a weapon, a 20-minute quest, and a couple of text logs for like $10. And to me, you don't determine that type of value. We give you feedback and help you fix that. So one of the biggest things was the packages that Bethesda sold the Creation Club credits in, and I'm very displeased to report they're the exact same. Price-wise, sure, if you want to charge us that much, that's your own decision, but give us more options than 4, especially because, as I'll emphasize once more, when you go in the Creation Club and you see these fake deals, carefully priced for the credit price, where the price of an item is just above one of the packages that is cheaper, so you have to spend another $8 to afford what you're actually interested in. And it's mind-boggling that this actually hasn't been transformed, that there isn't a $5 option, a $2 option, like especially when you see very cheap items being added to the Creation Club. I personally tried out in Fallout 4 the pint-sized slasher for 400 Creation Club credits and the fantasy bundle for 300, which gave you the Dovahkiin iron helmet alongside his steel sword. I gave both these quests a rip, and I'm not gonna lie, especially the pint-sized slasher one, I enjoyed. Now, what really stands out to me though is while I was playing it, I had this moment of, wait, I think Bethesda missed the ball on something. Last year was Fallout 3's 10-year anniversary. Obviously, what we all prayed for was a Fallout 3 remaster, and maybe it's a far cry at this point in time considering all the demand and still no response from Bethesda. However, while playing this, it was a really cool callback to see these items in the game and the way they introduced this murderer crawling around the Commonwealth. I thought it was actually interesting. And then I thought to myself, this does not undervalue the hard work the modder who made this put into it, but imagine if this was like a free update for Fallout 4 to celebrate the anniversary of Fallout 3. And it's that sense of goodwill that Bethesda has gradually lost over the years. They do great things, mind you. You know, you have the free trials, which then you can test out the game for an hour. It's the full game there. There's no limitations, and if you like it, you can buy in for a discount and also keep your save file. Stuff like that's great for Bethesda, but things like Creation Club, especially in this scenario here where you have a Fallout 3 focused thing that could celebrate the anniversary of the game and you completely missed the ball on that. I feel like a lot of items in Creation Club could be used to celebrate the game. I think they should do more weekly free items because when you go to Fallout 4, they'll give you a paint for your Pip-Boy and say, hey, there's your free item. We listened to you. But come on, that's literally pennies on the dollar with what you're getting there in the terms of value, and we all know that. And granted, Bethesda's honest with the price there. They'll put them at 50 credits because they know no one really cares about them, but giving away for free and telling us, oh yeah, well, we're listening to your feedback that you wanted free stuff and here you go. But I also don't want to come across entitled because that's one of the most important things. I'm not an entitled gamer. I have no issue paying for stuff. I think to get good stuff, you have to pay for it. That's the way it works. It's a business. But there's moments like this where you have to naturally carry in the age-old argument of mods versus Creation Club and how Creation Club could essentially be this form of paid mods. But also more importantly is that you see stuff that is far bigger, far more crazy being available for free for gamers versus the stuff you pay for in Creation Club, which then emphasizes that awful price structure. See, it's a chain reaction here. What happens is you see one thing, you're like, okay, cool pint-sized slasher bundle. I'm gonna pick that up. Hey, that was actually a solid quest, but then you realize the missed opportunity. And then you realize that there are other mods available online that offer more for free. And then you take a look at the price structure, and then you take a look at the items and that you can actually get within that price structure, and it becomes more and more limited. Like walls start to get put up around the entire Creation Club system. Now, I'm also pleased to report that most objects in Creation Club contain, quote, quests, end quote, to acquire your newest items. But it never really lives up to what I think people had hoped for with Creation Club, bringing large new dungeons and quests in created by the very people who keep this game alive for years after its launch. I think that's the biggest point of contingence for everyone here is that the content in Creation Club, like the models, what the quests are, I think it's actually good. It's just that the pricing created by Bethesda there is so sky high. It's insane and no one wants to buy in. It looks greedy. It almost looks like it's capitalizing on the namesake of these big modders. And granted, they get paid for this work, which I have to emphasize is important. They deserve it. They keep the games alive. They deserve that guap, all the guap. Pay these people, please and thank you. But I don't know if that maybe plays into why the Creation Club is structured in such a pricey manner. And when you see, for example, Skyrim offer a dungeon for 1,200 Creation Club credits, and you know to afford that you have to spend $20, you just get pushed in the direction of mods. You go, screw that, I'm not gonna spend $20 on that. I can go buy a new game for that price. That's what you start to do afterwards. It's these comparisons where if you're in this little echo chamber of Bethesda games only, maybe Creation Club isn't this really awful thing. But the second you look at those pricing structures and you think of the Steam sale, PlayStation sales, Xbox sales, things that you could buy in your real life, food, like everything, suddenly that pricing structure is incredibly crazy. So overall, the state of Creation Club in 2019, I don't think it's to anyone's surprise, and I don't mean to rehash arguments either, but I think it just needs to be mentioned that this is a program that received zero improvements and zero changes, it feels like, off our feedback. I went in there and everything that I saw in 2017 and everyone raised hell about, it seemed like Bethesda stuck their head in the sand and said, let's just brave the storm. This is what we're doing. We want to make money off of this. Leave it be. People will get over it. And truth be told, people did get over it. But I'm not trying to resurrect conflict or anger. I'm just more so saying this is still a system that's bad, and I wouldn't hold your breath at this point for it to ever change, ever, because there's no chance. It's been 2 years almost, and still nothing. You know, we're nearing that 2-year anniversary at least. I think in August it'll be 2 years. I just think it could be so much more, and if Bethesda really took a hard look at that pricing structure, that's all they need to do, a hard look at that. This could be an infinitely better system. I mean, I just imagine in a universe where I could hop in, man, I miss Fallout 4, I need a little fix. I go in, I pay $2, I get the pint-sized slasher, Creation Club mod, whatever you want to call it. I do a quest, I get my fix. That's it. Instead of going in there, what's this? Oh, I have to spend $10 to just get that, and I guess I'll have leftover credits to spend on maybe this. I don't really want it, but oh, I guess that too. You know, like, that's what happens. These issues recycle, and I just hope Bethesda one day listens to feedback. But anyway, I wanted to answer the request for a video topic that I thought would be quite interesting, and let you all know if you're like me and you have not clicked on that Creation Club menu, which I know some will probably accuse me of bullshit on that, but I swear on my life, like, I just haven't touched it at all. I haven't played Bethesda Game Studios games in a while, outside of obviously Fallout 4 for my road to platinum. But anyway, those are just my thoughts on Creation Club in 2019. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so do fire away, ladies and gentlemen. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that, as it fuels all the content I create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.